Hi all, what's the Satori?
What's Satori?
Not a great one this week.
Not a great one this week. More uncertainty and waiting.
Yeah. It's been coming for a while, but we were trying to keep the ball rolling as long as we could. Like a lot of people were saying, the gym being so important to them.
The mental health, and we're very lucky to have the space that we have and to be able to do individual training over the last few weeks. And thanks very much for anyone that was involved or for giving it their all and keeping positive as they could about it. And we had a lot of fun doing it. I certainly had a lot of fun doing it in the class.
Some people really embraced it, the individual training. And it's part of the Satori ethos, just being the best you can be.
No matter what's in front of you.
Whatever restrictions we have, there's still something you can do. There's still some progress you can make. So, now at the moment, just with the NFRAC recommended twice that we go to level 5, and this is the most recent one being for 6 weeks. We have to plan, almost a month and a half, at least a month ahead,
which has been impossible to do in the last 3 months, especially. Never mind since March, but it's been very, very hard with general planning of the running off the gym, the running off the classes, the coaching. We've had so much things crop up that you wouldn't think would probably be. A coach was here now, they can coach, and you're right.
So many things, like you have a plan in place. Like usually things are normal, so you have a plan, and then the goalposts aren't going to move by the time you get to action that plan. But so many times we've had a plan, and like literally the next week, that isn't feasible anymore. Then you have another plan, not feasible. But anyway, we're at the situation now where we're going to have to temporarily close. Like we were saying, we have to plan a month in advance. Today's the last day that we could not take people's memberships for November. And usually it's a lot earlier in the month. They just went above and beyond to try to facilitate us because of the unusual circumstances. But basically, if we didn't make the call right now, people would be charged for November. So we don't want people to be charged or in a situation where they'd be charged when they're not getting the service. So, which is understandable enough, I'm sure, from your guys' end. And then the amount of people that are always sick and getting the flu and stuff during December.
Almost all our coaches, all the coaches that I'll be working alongside, the kids' coaches, almost every December they'd be sick with mild pneumonia or real bad chest infections and stuff so. The big winter sickness is.
It just goes around the schools, and schools are still going to be open. So all the children pass it through.
They average 1,200, 1,000 and stuff a day, and I know NFRAC was saying that it's probably going to be much more by Halloween.
Yeah, it increased by 50 to 100% within another 2 weeks.
So everything's pointing at a rough enough winter for businesses.
Oh, stop, man! Yeah, it's that's just how it is.
So what can we do as individuals, or what can we do? Like we can stay on top of our own training, our own cardio, our own stretching. Listen, the lads been saying want to study loads.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. What can we still do under these circumstances from home? Like me and Pat are always just at the other end of the phone. If you ever want to drop us a message, question, a pointer, opinion about things, I got loads of it during the last lockdown with people doing bag work and stuff. Check out my form, any pointers. But I think if you could make a goal for yourself in two main areas, one being physical and one being mental, between now and whenever things are somewhat back to normal. Physical could be, like Pat was saying, stretching. There's so many yoga videos on YouTube and stuff. Get on top of that part. So something, any of the areas that we're usually too busy to do and often neglect.
That shouldn't be.
Yeah, they shouldn't be neglected. That you can fix now.
Definitely stretching in the areas like a stretch muscle is a strong muscle. It helps with all the benefits. Cardio, obviously running, getting your bike if you're not into running that much, or you have injuries that stop you from running a little bit.
Hill walking. All of it. Any of the physical stuff. If you have weights, dumbbell, kettlebell, you can use them at home. If you don't, people can use a school bag, fill it with books and stuff. Even if you don't have that, you can do your press ups and whatnot. Solo drills, that'll all be your physical stuff.
And we will have 1 or 2 fitness videos up weekly on the page. Anyway, just giving tips and giving insight. But
it's still all moving very fast, so we're going to have more stuff that we can do on our end to help you guys over that time.
And one of the other things that has been really kind of annoying especially over the last 3 weeks, is the fact that we haven't been taking on new members, and we've got a lot of members building up on waiting lists. And this week was meant to be the week they were to come into the gym, but unfortunately, we still have your number, we still have your name, we still have your place on the waiting list, and over the next few weeks, probably closer to January, you'll be contacted. Your place will still be there. It just won't be this week. Unfortunately, it will be January. So our waiting lists are still active and they are still being used accordingly.
Yeah, and that's a good point for anyone who wants to join up for January. Now is the time. Just give us a shout or give us a text with your details to get added to that waiting list, because capacity is not going to be what it was before. Like some classes, when we were busy, sometimes you get 50 people on this mat. We're not going to have. Let's pause there. Sorry about that. Quick clip.
There's probably members ringing in there.
So we're not going to have 50 people on this mat anytime soon.
Yeah.
You know, so all the whatever, and some of the classes were already full.
Yeah.
But now we're not going to be able to fit as many people in. So it's going to be first come, first serve from that waiting list from the top down, and once. From the top down, and once that is full, it's full, you know. And I'd say a lot of people, there's going to be so few other sports on, or so few other things to do for the foreseeable future, you know. People are going to be like making the most of their chance to train, I'd say.
Yeah, so just do as much of the individual training as you can do. Study, obviously that's the good thing about Jiu-Jitsu. You don't always just have to be doing it. You can be studying and watching it. You can learn by watching, learn by doing.
Yeah, that's the mental side of things then as well.
Just staying on it.
Sorry, that's the mental side of things, like that we were mentioning before, is studying, watching matches, thinking about your training, planning out your game plan, etc., etc. So all really important stuff to do. Having a goal in the physical side, it could be to increase how many press-ups you can do, how far you can run, how fast you can run. It could be something even not as much goal-orientated like that, but it could be just every day I'm going to get out and I'm going to do an hour hill walking or something like that.
And sport specific, that like, if you do like you've 8 or 9 or 10 weeks, if you do a core block, or do a strength and conditioning block, or do a cardiovascular block, it's gonna add to you. It's going to be another layer of something to put onto your jiu-jitsu when you come back.
Absolutely.
So I know sometimes you mightn't get to do loads of weights and stuff because we're doing so much drilling and rolling and stuff. Now is the time to get a block to add into your game. So
it was very noticeable, those that done that during the last lockdown, those who didn't.
Yeah.
The difference when they came back and were able to do a bit was huge.
Yeah.
So just keeping your head in the game and keeping your body in the game makes such a difference. And like Pat was saying, obviously you'd like to be sparring and weights isn't necessarily the exact same, but look at how many professional sports do weights for a block at an off season of weights. So people can come back from this significantly improved.
Yeah.
And that's how you need to look at it. It's not the ideal, we're restricted, it's not exactly how we want it to be, but it is how it is.
Say like we are in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a pandemic. That's reality. Make the most of your reality that you can.
And like I personally like start of March, whatever, but like you might have been moaning a bit, or this, and next thing is like October. Like it's gonna be over so fast. Like, you know, like that last 6 months for me have flew. So hopefully it's only a third of that 2 months or 3 months, you know, give or take, and it'll be somewhat over, and we'll be back cracking on. So don't slip behind, because it'll just be harder to get back on.
Yeah, we're really hoping for a January level 2.
Yeah.
I think if they're putting stuff in place now, they're doing it so that we can have a good Christmas, and Christmas obviously being so close to January, hopefully that rolls into January 1st. Even if it is level 3, we'll still be back and we'll still be able to do stuff.
Yeah.
But fingers crossed, that's the hope, is that we get level 2 for Christmas.
Yeah.
At least.
So there's a post up on our Facebook page, you'll probably see this on the Facebook page, on our Instagram. Text messages has gone to all members with the number that you used at the time of sign up. Email has gone to all members with the email that you used at the time of sign up. So everyone should be notified over today. And then
yeah, that's pretty much it. Like we were saying, we mentioned all memberships are paused for November and December. I'm not sure if we said that at the start or not. That's why we had to act now and early, so that we could do that. Some people last time during the lockdown, a bunch of people got on to me and said, can you keep charging my membership fee because I want to help the club out, which we really appreciated. We weren't able to do it at the time because it's too messy. So I think this time we're going to set up a GoFundMe, and if anyone wants to donate to it, it would be much appreciated. A number of the costs at this stage thankfully will be gone, like the cost of keeping the lights on, etc. will be gone down. However, some of the other costs like the rent and that we're going to be getting hounded for at least 90% of that. So and other things in that area. So a small help goes a long way.
Yes.
We're not at crisis point just yet. We're not gone. Don't worry, we're not gone fucking bankrupt or anything like that. But I'd say there is going to be a lot of businesses that are going to do so though. So it's going to be.
Yeah, just for anyone that has been asking, there will be a GoFundMe set up for the club, and anything or nothing is appreciated. Will go towards the club and what's forthcoming in the new year.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty much it. Like we were saying to start, if at any stage you need to reach out and just send us a message, it'd be great to hear from you. Pat's more approachable than me.
As just easier to contact, I think.
Easy to contact. But yeah, no, it'd be great to hear from people. Like I say, even just hello or whatever, if you just need someone to talk to, or if you are working your technique, or like Pat has a lot of skills in strength and conditioning stuff as well, periodization, how to plan out your training. I'll throw my hand in saying. So yeah, if there's anything that we can help you with, give us a shout and we'll do what we can.
We'll see what way the restrictions and regulations are in the next couple of days and stuff. But in the local area, if you are allowed training outside with people, like we can get runs going again and stuff. There's a lot of people in the local area that live close to the gym. We'll be running on Fridays and stuff. The amount of people actually see on the road. So well, we might have the weather for that down on the other side, but we'll do what we can. We'll do what we can. So just stay healthy, stay safe, stay fit.
Yeah, and the more we know over the next couple of days, we'll get in touch, we'll put out content, we'll let you guys know how things are going, and like that, we'll see if we can get running together, we'll see what we can do outside, we'll see what online content we can put up, etc. etc.
So we won't be going anywhere, it'll just be a little break. So
exactly. So see you on the other side,
folks.
Woosa.
Woosa.
Do you want to turn that off?